Welcome back, friends. Today we're diving into Genesis 35. This chapter is about idols, identity, loss, and renewal. And as we read, I'll pause to share how this connects to our lives today. Whether you're balancing family, work, or just trying to find peace in the middle of it all. Arty, are you ready?
Ready and thankful to be here. Let's begin. Genesis chapter 35. Then God said to Jacob, "Arise, go up to Bethel and dwell there, and make an altar there to God, who appeared to you when you fled from the face of Esau your brother."
God tells Jacob, go back to Bethel, back to the place where you first met me. For us, that means God sometimes calls us to return to our foundation. Before bills, career stress, or family drama has clouded everything. It could be remembering the faith you once had before burnout, or maybe even hitting reset, closing the mental tabs and starting fresh with God.
And Jacob said to his household and to all who were with him, "Put away the foreign gods that are among you. Purify yourselves, and change your garments. Then let us arise and go up to Bethel, and I will make an altar there to God, who answered me in the day of my distress, and has been with me in the way which I have gone." So they gave Jacob all the foreign gods which were in their hands, and the earrings which were in their ears, and Jacob hid them under the terebinth tree which was by Shechem.
Jacob tells his family, clean house. Get rid of idols. For us, idols aren't statues. They're addictions, our phones, money, chasing approval, toxic relationships. Sometimes it's workaholism, living for a paycheck. Maybe it's comparison culture, living for likes instead of living for purpose. God says, let it go, so you can start clean.
And they journeyed, and the terror of God was upon the cities that were all around them, and they did not pursue the sons of Jacob.
When you choose to obey God, He covers you. The enemies around Jacob's family were held back by God's power. This is peace when your workplace feels unstable. Or this is courage to walk away from toxic circles, knowing God has your back. When God calls you forward, He also protects the way. And now this brings us to verse 6. Sorry, Arty, if I keep interrupting.
No problem, Vicky. That's what you're here for. So Jacob came to Luz, that is, Bethel, which is in the land of Canaan, he and all the people who were with him. And he built an altar there and called the place El Bethel, because their God appeared to him when he fled from the face of his brother. Now Deborah, Rebekah's nurse, died, and she was buried below Bethel under the terebinth tree. So the name of it was called Allon Bacuth. Then God appeared to Jacob again when he came from Padan Aram and blessed him. And God said to him, "Your name is Jacob. Your name shall not be called Jacob any more, but Israel shall be your name."
Here, God reminds Jacob of his new name Israel. For us, it's a reminder that you are not who you used to be. You're not defined by past failures or a job title. You're not defined by your online persona or mistakes. God sees your potential, not just your past.
Wow, that's pretty deep, Vicky. But I totally agree with you. And now, verse 11. So he called his name Israel. Also God said to him, "I am God Almighty. Be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of nations shall proceed from you, and kings shall come from your body. The land which I gave Abraham and Isaac I give to you, and to your descendants after you I give this land." Then God went up from him in the place where he talked with him. So Jacob set up a pillar in the place where he talked with him, a pillar of stone. And he poured a drink offering on it, and he poured oil on it. And Jacob called the name of the place where God spoke with him, Bethel. Then they journeyed from Bethel, and when there was but a little distance to go to Ephrath, Rachel labored in childbirth, and she had hard labor. Now it came to pass, when she was in hard labor, that the midwife said to her, "Do not fear, you will have this son also." And so it was, as her soul was departing, for she died, that she called his name Ben-Oni, but his father called him Benjamin. So Rachel died and was buried on the way to Ephrath, that is, Bethlehem.
Man, this is heartbreaking. Rachel dies giving birth, yet Benjamin, son of my right hand, is born. Sometimes joy and grief collide. You know what it's like to lose and gain at the same time, juggling kids and aging parents. And you also know the mix of success and sudden heartbreak. But here's the hope. Even out of sorrow, God brings legacy.
I couldn't have said it better, Vicky. Now on to verse 20. And Jacob set a pillar on her grave, which is the pillar of Rachel's grave to this day. Then Israel journeyed and pitched his tent beyond the tower of Eder. And it happened, when Israel dwelt in that land, that Reuben went and lay with Bilhah, his father's concubine, and Israel heard about it. Now the sons of Jacob were 12. The sons of Leah were Reuben, Jacob's firstborn, and Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, and Zebulun. The sons of Rachel were Joseph and Benjamin. The sons of Bilhah, Rachel's maidservant, were Dan and Naphtali, and the sons of Zilpah, Leah's maidservant, were Gad and Asher. These were the sons of Jacob who were born to him in Padan Aram. Then Jacob came to his father Isaac at Mamre, or Kirjath Arba, that is, Hebron, where Abraham and Isaac had dwelt. Now the days of Isaac were 180 years. So Isaac breathed his last and died, and was gathered to his people, being old and full of days. And his sons Esau and Jacob buried him.
So Isaac passes away, and for the first time in years, Esau and Jacob stand side by side again. Even in grief, family can find a way back together. For us, it's a reminder not to wait until funerals to reconcile. Forgiveness heals faster than time. Genesis 35 is a chapter of renewal, loss, and legacy. God calls Jacob back to Bethel, back to the place of beginnings. He tells us the same. Put away idols, trust me in transitions, and remember your true identity. The question is, what do you need to lay down so you can return to your own Bethel? That was Genesis chapter 35, and I pray it spoke to your heart tonight. Remember, these stories aren't just history. They're a mirror of our own lives. God still calls us back, still redeems our mistakes, and still turns pain into purpose. If this encouraged you, share it with a friend or loved one who needs a reminder of God's faithfulness. And be sure to join us next time as we continue this journey through Genesis. Until next time, may the Lord bless you and keep you, and may His word light your path and your dreams. Good night.